Have you ever wondered what really goes on behind the scenes in professional drag racing? On the surface, it looks simple. Cars launch, engines roar, and within seconds, a winner is decided. But beyond that short burst of speed lies a complex world driven by business strategy, technology, and constant evolution. In a revealing conversation, veteran announcer Alan Reinhardt and host Jack Corpella explored the deeper side of the sport. What they uncovered shows that drag racing today is no longer just about who is fastest. It is about who is smartest, most adaptable, and best prepared for the future. A sport that has quietly reinvented itself. Drag racing has changed more in the last few decades than many fans realize. Years ago, the business side was straightforward. Teams placed sponsor logos on their cars, showed up to race, and that visibility alone satisfied most companies. There was less pressure to prove value, and relationships were often built on trust and long-term partnerships. That approach no longer works in today's environment. Modern sponsorship is driven by data. Companies now expect detailed reports showing how their brand performs during events. They want to know who is watching, how long they stay engaged, and what kind of response their branding creates. This focus on measurable results has turned drag racing into a more structured and professional industry. Teams must now think beyond racing. They create digital content, manage social media pages, and build personal brands around drivers. A successful team is one that can win races and also deliver strong marketing results. This change has made things more challenging, but it has also opened new doors. Teams that understand digital trends and audience behavior are able to attract bigger sponsors and grow faster. The sport is no longer limited to what happens on the track. It now extends into the online world. At the same time, participation continues to grow. More drivers are entering the sport, and more categories are being introduced. Local events are gaining popularity, and grassroots racing is still very much alive. This balance between tradition and modern growth is one of the reasons drag racing remains strong. Technology is reshaping the experience. Technology has become one of the most powerful forces in drag racing. It has improved safety, increased performance, and completely changed how fans connect with the sport. Fans today expect instant updates. Through social media platforms, they can follow races live, watch behind-the-scenes moments, and interact directly with drivers. This level of access has made the sport more personal and engaging. For teams, technology plays an even bigger role. Advanced tools help analyze engine performance, track conditions, and race data. Weather apps provide real-time updates on temperature, humidity, and air pressure, factors that can significantly affect race outcomes. These tools allow teams to make smarter decisions and improve their chances of winning. However, this constant flow of information also creates pressure. Events are now followed by a global audience in real time. Any delay, mistake, or technical issue is immediately noticed and discussed online. Track operators and organizers must maintain high standards at all times. They're not just running a race. They're managing a live experience for thousands of fans both on-site and online. The changing business of racetracks. Running a racetrack today is no longer just about hosting races. It is a full business operation that requires careful planning and creative thinking. In the past, tracks depended mainly on race events for income. But as costs increased and competition grew, this model became less reliable. Tracks had to find new ways to generate revenue. Many modern facilities have transformed into multi-purpose venues. They host concerts, car shows, corporate events, and community gatherings. This allows them to stay active throughout the year and maintain financial stability. Some tracks are exploring even more innovative ideas. Large properties can be used for projects like data centers or commercial developments. These ideas may seem unusual, but they show how the industry is adapting to changing times. The key message is clear: flexibility is essential. Tracks that are willing to evolve and try new approaches are more likely to succeed in the long run. A rivalry that drives progress. One of the most exciting developments in drag racing today is the renewed competition between NHRA and IHRA. For many years, The NHRA has been the leading organization, setting standards and organizing major events. Its influence has shaped much of modern drag racing. But the IHRA is making a strong comeback. By expanding its network and acquiring more tracks, it is positioning itself as a serious competitor once again. This rivalry is a positive force for the sport. When organizations compete, they push each other to improve. They invest more in events, create better opportunities for racers, and work harder to attract fans. For drivers, this means more chances to compete. For fans, it means more exciting races and better overall experiences. Competition does not weaken the sport, it strengthens it. Building the future through youth programs. The future of drag racing depends on young talent. Without new drivers and fresh ideas, the sport cannot continue to grow. That is why youth programs are so important. Junior Dragster and Junior Street programs give young racers a chance to start early. They learn the basics of driving, safety, and competition in a controlled environment. These programs also help build confidence and passion, but their impact goes beyond the track. Young participants often develop an interest in other areas of the sport. Some become mechanics, engineers, or event organizers. Others move into media and broadcasting roles. These programs help create a complete ecosystem for the future of drag racing. Investing in youth is not just a good idea, it is a necessity. Finding a way into the industry. Breaking into drag racing may seem difficult, but it is possible with the right approach. Experienced professionals like Alan Reinhardt often emphasize the importance of starting small. Volunteering at local tracks is one of the best ways to gain experience. It allows individuals to learn how events are organized and how the industry operates. Being open to different roles is also important. Whether it's helping with event setup, assisting teams, or working in media, every opportunity provides valuable knowledge. Another key factor is persistence. Success does not come overnight. It requires time, effort, and a willingness to learn from mistakes. In the early stages, gaining experience is more important than earning money. Those who focus on learning and improving are more likely to find long-term success. The road ahead, what the next decade may bring. The future of drag racing looks promising, but it will not be without change. New technologies are expected to play a major role. Electric vehicles may become more common in racing, bringing new formats and challenges. This could attract a younger and more environmentally conscious audience. Global expansion is another opportunity. As interest in motorsports grows worldwide, drag racing could reach new regions and build a larger fan base. Partnerships with technology companies may also change how teams operate. Advanced data systems, virtual experiences, and interactive content could redefine how fans engage with the sport. At the same time, the industry must find a balance between tradition and innovation. The core elements of drag racing, speed, competition, and excitement, must remain intact. Conclusion: drag racing has come a long way from its early days. It is no longer just a sport. It is a dynamic industry shaped by business, technology, and competition. The insights shared by Alan Reinhardt and Jack Corpella highlight an important truth. The sport is evolving, not fading. With strong competition between organizations, smarter business strategies, and a growing focus on youth development, drag racing is well-positioned for the future. The next decade will likely bring new challenges and new opportunities. But if the industry continues to adapt and innovate, it will not only survive, it will thrive. And as long as engines roar and fans gather at the track, the spirit of drag racing will remain as powerful as ever.